Welcome, dear viewers, to Couch Warrior TV on YouTube. I am the Couch Warrior, and you are watching The Passage, Skyrim SE Let's Play. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it was another long night. Barely slept a wink. Etienne is going on day 2 now with very little rest. We were, however... Yesterday, I would say, was very successful. What did we do? We hunted down, I don't know, 5 or 6 wolves. We were able to make a nearly complete set of gear. We were able to abscond with some basic equipment earlier in the day from an abandoned campsite, which has helped us out a lot in terms of ranged weapons and protecting ourselves. We were even able to build a larger fire with relative ease last night and cooked a horse haunch, which is pretty awesome. Okay. So overall, I would say it was a successful day, but we are getting tired, friends, and we cannot ignore that today. Now, the good news is we've got lots of food. We're doing really good in that department. We're doing okay. So our gear is almost there to start with. And I think today it's just about, you know, continuing to hunt and looking for ways to kind of fill things out. Now, we did have one minor disaster yesterday, in that we got in trouble with the law. But there was nothing for it. We just got... We got caught trying to nip an apple, and, you know, that sort of forced us into the reach perhaps a bit faster than we had originally planned. That's okay. Hey, what's that? There's a settlement of some kind up there. I wonder if they have anything we could use. What's that? It's not a shadow. Wait. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This doesn't look good. This could be our first encounter. Okay, let's change position. I can't really tell where the threat is at this point. I mean, it looks really gorgeous, friends. I mean, look at that. Very nice. Very nice. It's not to say there still isn't a lot of use for ENB to suit people's particular tastes. But, I mean, right out of the box, this is very, very nice looking. So, you know, think about the possibilities, right, of combining 64-bit Skyrim with some of the amazing texture mods we've seen created. It's pretty amazing to consider. Uh-oh. There's at least a couple guys there. We can't necessarily take them on. So, now that we're kind of getting into this thing, we're, you know, at this point we've been primarily about survival. Wait a second, listen. They're talking. Yeah, this is a camp. The question is, you know, what does Ettient know about his quarry? Has he been told anything? I mean, it stands to reason that if the Thalmor want him to be successful in spying on and operating against the Forsworn, they would have told him most of what they know about the Forsworn. But I'm thinking that there is some... I think they would have spoken to him about things that are more tactical. You know? How do they fight? What have we seen so far? You know, so I think he would know that they were somewhat tribal, that they used weapons that are effective, but might be considered by many to be primitive in design. However, I'm not entirely certain that the Thalmor would have told him much more beyond that. And if the Thalmor are interested in having him keep an eye on the Forsworn and report back, they're doing that presumably because they're sensing some threat. So what is that? Now the trick is to keep from dying before we can use it. Let's hide. We've been spotted. The choice is run or confront. We don't know how many are there. I'm feeling like confronting them now, having given away the opportunity for surprise, would be somewhat foolish. Yes, it is. Alright, let's do a little inventory here. Potions. We've got some frostbite venom we could use. We've got a couple of weak poisons here. Right? I don't consider this really to be an operation, so to speak. I consider it to be more of a question of survival. The less time he spends sleeping, the more difficult it's going to be for him. So let's employ some hit-and-run tactics, shall we? Take every advantage we can get. We've got the river at our backs. If it gets really bad, we jump in the river and go downstream as an escape. So, so far we've seen 2. You know what? I'm thinking, yeah. Let's level up. Let's level up, and let's start out with stamina. Then let's take a good hard look at archery, shall we? Can we goose our damage? 20% more damage. That's a good thing to have right about now, I would say. So we've got some poison. We've got 2 iron arrows, which are the best arrows we have. The rest are stone. We've got, yeah, we got poison and a level up, so let's try it. got to go to weapons, and we'll go to the stone arrows. They're same in terms of damage as the Thalmor ones we have. That's not going to do us much good. Okay, one down. Change position. Quit. Change position. Use the terrain, I guess, as much as we can. Where is he? Hopefully he's not an archer as well.
There you are. Have you?
Oh. He's coming after us. Climb higher. Climb higher.
You're dead! Dead!
Ha! No, we got him on the run. Gotcha. Not very cagey.
You won't get the best of me!
Woo! Okay. Wow. You took some licks, fella. Forsworn armor. Well, you gotta admit that's better than what we got. We're gonna take his boots for sure. Not interested in his weapons, but I'm gonna take his armor. Okay, now we saw the two. Don't know if there's any more around, so let's still proceed with caution. Ah. There's a cave of some sort. Forsworn bow, that's excellent. Okay, we got that. Headdress, don't really need that. Forsworn gauntlets, we're gonna grab what we can here. Okay. Now we're gonna raid their camp. Gonna steal your chicken eggs. Oh, look at, they got a big fire. Come on, I don't have many lockpicks here. Ah, woo! I was sweating it there for a bit. Iron battle axe. I don't need it, but I'm going to take it for two reasons. One is I can sell it, and the other is that by taking it, I've relieved them of a weapon that they could potentially use to try and kill me later, which seems, at least for now, like a good idea. Perhaps I won't be so concerned with details like that when I get a little bit more secure. But on that same vein, we'll disarm this guy as well. There's a trail going off up into the hills. Alright, it is now time for us to exit this area. I am not going to venture into that camp or into the mine or the cave or whatever it is. I'm not going to go in there because we don't know what's inside. We could get trapped. But we do know that there's a Forsworn camp here, and we just killed 2 guards outside, and presumably something important might be going on in there. So we are going to try and find some place to build a concealed camp and do surveillance. And when we feel we're ready, we are going to attack from a position of strength and hopefully some knowledge about what we're up against. So we're going to find a high spot up here and make it into a little temporary base of operations. This is excellent spot. Look at this, right? We could build a fire on this side of the hill that they won't be able to see from there, or even behind these rocks. They won't be able to see a small fire. And it's going to be pretty hard for anybody to attack us here without us knowing they're coming. Nobody, I don't think, is going to be able to attack us from this side without a lot of effort. And we've got a little niche right here. This is a great spot to hide out and keep eyes on that camp, right? I'm digging it. I'm digging it a lot. So this tree is going to be kind of our focal point. Ooh, who are these guys? Are those Imperials? Let's see who the other players are here. They are. They're Imperial soldiers with a prisoner. Perhaps a forsworn prisoner. Could be. Could be a Stormcloak. Where are they going? Are they going through the water there? They are. Why? I'm trying to think if I've ever seen Imperial soldiers swim a prisoner across a lake before. I don't think I have. Well, oh yeah, there they are. They're coming out on the other side. Fighting a crab. Is their prisoner escaping? No? No, he's back with them. Begs the question, right? If I were to follow them for long enough, would they eventually encounter something that might take them out and I might be able to, as the opportunist, abscond with their gear? That would certainly be a higher class of gear than what we're sporting now. Let's do it. Let's do it. Our grizzled war veteran is the pragmatist, right? Let's see if we can cut them off. Right? At this point, we're just observing. We're looking for an opportunity. Okay, they came out down here. That's where they killed that crab. Maybe they went along the lake shore, eh? Ooh, wait. Oh, jeez. That was not good. They're fighting somebody. Alright, we need a better view on the action here. Sort of get the impression that that prisoner is trying damn hard to to escape, right? There's this one lagging behind. Would anybody miss him? You think? Oh, they were fighting a wolf. All right, we're playing for keeps, right? What do we got? We got a stamina poison. That's not terrific. Blood freezing poison that does 5 points of damage to health and stamina. I'm thinking, we got no love for the Legion either. They killed our friends in the war. Ooh, he's got a bow. Gotcha. Come on, take your shot. First rule of squad warfare is you don't leave a squad member behind, and that's what they did, and he got picked off. Look at that. We take it all, and then we get the heck out of here. Ah, come on. Getting hung up on stuff. All right. No telling what that is. Now, ever the opportunist, we did have a wolf that they'd killed that for some reason they left, right? If we can find the body, we can definitely use that. Where would it have washed up? I don't know. It was kind of weird. It was floating. There it is. Let's go through the shallows as long as we can. Oh, it's going to go to the falls. Oh, don't like to get wet. But we could use that hide. Come on. Come on. Gotcha. Let's get out of here. All right. That may not have been super wise. I don't know. We'll see. There's the camp. We don't want to get too close. All right, let's take the long way around, and we'll go back up to our little outpost. Build a fire, put on dry clothes, warm up, see what we've got, see what we recovered from that Imperial soldier that we ambushed. This is interesting. Ah, friends, I tell you what, if the only complaint I have so far, well, besides the fact that there aren't that many mods yet, but we know that's coming, oh, is the walk-run speed is absolutely killing me. I cannot stand it. Look, that walk speed is so damn slow. And I've been playing for you know, 3 years now not having to deal with that issue, and it's so aggravating. And to go from that to a run speed that's almost so ridiculously fast you can't control it, you know? It just drives me bananas, but hopefully we'll get past those issues soon enough. All right. Not going to build a fire quite yet, because we're going to have to gather some more wood, but we can put on dry clothes, right? So let's see what we got. Okay. Got the Forsworn Armor. 28. Okay, the Forsworn Armor is pretty good. Pretty good. Just looking at its construction, you can kind of imagine that it provides some warmth as well, so that's cool. We've got some boots, some gauntlets, so completely dry clothing. I mean, the Forsworn boots and gauntlets are better than the Imperial Light ones as well. Which is fine. That's good. I don't think we really were looking to be traveling around looking like an Imperial soldier anyway. So this is good. Alright. As far as weapons, got a lot of one-handed stuff. So we've got this Forsworn bow now, which is... where is it? Wow. It's twice as effective. Twice as effective as our longbow. Okay, woodcutter's axe, steel dagger, battle axe. And we've got steel arrows, which are, you know, we don't have a lot of steel arrows, but we've got enough. Certainly better than the Forsworn arrows. So, steel arrows, good. Good for self-defense. We can use the lower-powered ones for hunting. That's great. We can do that. We can make as many stone arrows as we need to going forward, so that's not a big deal. Really be nice to find somebody to sell stuff to, I would think. All right. We're gonna eat some fish. Little protein, that's good. Wash it down with some wine. All right, doing okay, I'd say. All right, so let's see. We got our portable tanning rack. We can probably spend some time making crap with it, but if I remember how these tanning racks work, it's really helpful to have a flat place to work. How about here? It's good? Sure. Let's see what we can do. Okay. Maybe... tanning rack. So, would I just drop it, perhaps? No. So then it must be that I use it. So I'm going to select tanning rack and hit E. Ah, there we go. So let's put it place here. Yes. Now, from a roleplay perspective, the other thing that I like about the tanning rack is it can act as a windscreen. So when we set up a campfire, we could set it up and use it as a windscreen. We can use it as something to block the light of our fire. So if we're in a situation where we don't want people to see the fire, we can use it not only to block wind, but block firelight, so people in the distance can't see our fire, conceal our campsite a little better. So I plan on using this for probably more than just the tanning rack that it is. All right, let's use it. Let's see what we can do here. Okay. Wolf pelt. Yep, we can do that. We can do that. Okay. Now, make some leather. Leather. Okay, so our small leather tent and a bedroll, we're going to need 8 strips and 12 leather. So we've got a lot more work to do. So what I'll do is just, we'll make our strips with what we've got, which is good. Okay. That's good. So I think we have all the strips we would need to make our tent. We just need the leather, and we will acquire that over time. So, in the meantime, let's pick that up. We're going to have to come up with some good alternatives for shelter. So that we don't freeze up here in the mountains, despite the fact we've got some better armor. We don't have a cloak or anything like that to really keep us warm. We can't really build a bedroll yet or anything like that. So our options are to either search around until we can find a sheltered place, or to see what we can do to attack that Forsworn camp. Venture in there and try to basically take the place over and use it as a place to shelter for a night, or maybe even a day or two. There's that structure over there, but it's hard to imagine that. I mean, it's sizable, so it would not be my first choice, just because I'm thinking that whatever is in there is probably easier to handle than perhaps what is in there, because that looks like the sort of structure that could be garrisoned by soldiers or who knows what, right? And obviously suspend disbelief here. I mean, I've been playing Skyrim since 2011. I know damn well what's in both of those places. But I'm speaking from, you know, Etienne's perspective, so I'm just kind of thinking about shit like that, you know? So I think that's what we're going to do. We've got our observation spot here. We're going to sit tight here. We're going to keep an eye on that Forsworn camp, learn anything we can about it, and then under cover of darkness, we're going to sneak down there with our better weapons and armor and see if we can't root out whatever is in there. Who knows? Maybe nobody's in there. And we can spend the rest of the night, at least, sleeping in a sheltered spot. That is the plan, dear viewers. I want to thank you very much for watching this episode, and I will see you next time.